So hi guys, question tonight is, will the Sony A7r3 autofocus in complete darkness onto the stars up in the sky? Done lots of nighttime photography with light painting and things like that, obviously the moon, with different lenses. So I thought I'd try a few fast lenses tonight. So I had the 14mm Samyang f2.8, 35mm f1.4 and my Zeiss Batis 85mm f1.8, and it doesn't really matter if you've got the lenses wide open or not, because when you autofocuses now, the camera's basically open the aperture right up to get as much light in to actually start the autofocus and obviously help it, and then it closes down just before it takes the picture. So you know that works quite nicely. Some of the shots here just shots that I've taken in the past, low light stuff. This shot here with the moon out as well, it's off shot, but obviously it kind of ruined the stars. But what do you do? You know, when you're in a place like this, lovely architecture and stuff, it was you had to do it. So obviously a little bit of light painting, uses torches or flashes and things like that to create a little bit of sort of ambience to each photo. But yeah, so basically I tried the autofocus, which you'll see in a minute. I videoed it with my phone. Unfortunately, the phone was it was hunting with the autofocus, so it didn't really stay on my screen very well. But you can kind of get the idea. And a 2-second timer. All I did was just push the remote control, just push the shutter button, 2 seconds, and then the camera started an autofocus process. It took a little while because obviously it's trying to focus on nothing as such, but obviously it can detect the stars. It ups the what it does is it ups the ISO on the sensor, so it can actually kind of see in the dark, and then obviously take something that's in the sky or whatever that it can sort of lock onto, and obviously locked onto a few stars or whatever, and off it went. So you know, so quite impressed with it. It missed, to be honest, it did miss a couple of times, but then most of the time it actually did it absolutely fine. So it's obviously not 100% perfect, but then DSLRs aren't either. So yeah, just watch this. Right, A7r3, and sort of focus in here, would be nice. It'll work. Again, that's just literally focused in complete darkness on the stars. That's nuts. Took a second. Do it again. See, it goes out of focus, and then there you go. Might not look like it on the screen, but I'll put a thing up that's in focus. So mirrorless can focus on the stars in the darkness with autofocus. So yeah, I was quite surprised actually how it managed to do that. As you see here, the shots are relatively clean. I was shooting up to ISO 16,000, as you saw in the video there. Yeah, not too bad at all. Unfortunately, there was lots of cloud. It was just passing, but it was very thin. So which obviously the camera a couple of times actually focused on the cloud and made the stars soft and obviously out of focus. So, but it worked quite well. This is this one shot here. It's one of the shots that it autofocused on. I have edited them, obviously. A little bit of noise reduction here or there. But this one's been tweaked to sort of bring out the stars a little bit more. But the cloud there was kind of cool, and this one here as well. But I just thought I'd show you it actually can do it, which is kind of bizarre. No moon up or anything like that, so I'm guessing because they were just the only light source visible as such, that it showed up quite well. So yeah, just thought, obviously it just shows you how well the mirrorless cameras now autofocus even in low light. So just wanted to clarify that I was shooting wide with all the focus points, and also someone's probably going to say this, that the fact the lens just went to infinity. it didn't. Basically, if you go to infinity, the actual stars are actually out of focus because the lens goes to its end obviously focus point. You actually have to come back a bit. So that's why I know it was working, because if I did go manual focus and focus on the stars and set it to infinity, it's actually out of focus. So that was obviously quite a good surprise it actually managed to do that. I'm guessing there was a possibility that there's a couple of really bright stars there that because it's got so many focus points, the focus points are small, and maybe it's picking up on the small sort of spots of the bright sections of light. I'm not sure. But I just thought I'd clarify that before someone obviously asks a question or whatever. If you have trouble with your A7R3 or A7R2 in studio, or even the A7 III or the A9, focusing in low light, it's more the fact that it's probably the wrong focus setting, like spot instead of wide or whatever, or you haven't got face detection on or whatever, and it may hunt. But I've never had any issues with my A7R3 or A7R2 focusing in studio situations, especially if you've got the lights turned down, the pre-lighting or whatever. So anyway, guys, please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and I shall see you soon.